They say it takes a village to raise a child, and the people at Pepper's Ranch have taken that literally.
Pepper's Ranch truly is its own village. I love to say that the only thing we're lacking is a zip code and a mayor.
But Pepper's Ranch is more than a village. It's a community where 16 families have each agreed to care for at least 5 kids in need. And their innovative model is changing the way we think about caring for foster kids.
What if you were able to encourage more foster families, and even families that aren't currently fostering, to help more children than they ever thought possible? That's what we're doing here at Pepper's Ranch. Can you look straight ahead so we can make sure your ponytail is straight?
This is Tonya Ratcliff. As a mom to 13 children, she has a pretty busy life.
To be able to experience being a mother, it's an amazing gift. Me and my husband, roughly 11 years ago, were called to foster. We got bottles, we got diapers, I'm gonna get my purse, my day timer. All right, I'm getting out. About a year after fostering, we received a phone call from the founder of Pepper's Ranch, and he said, I want this new model with a community-minded approach to really change the face of foster care.
There are over 400,000 kids in foster care across the U.S., and Tonya knows how tough it can be for the families fostering them.
The typical foster family feels isolated. Sometimes they want to give up. And at Pepper's Ranch, it's very different. You see families walking that road with you. Those parents understand the reason that this calling is your calling, because it's their calling too.
The idea behind Pepper's Ranch is simple but profound. Supporting awesome foster families is the best way to help these kids reach their full potential. Kids like Scott.
Okay, so knock knock.
Who's there?
Razor.
Razor who?
Razor hands is a stick up.
I was in foster care one time when I was 8 years old, and then again when I was 17. And when I got in the second time, they told me that I wouldn't find a foster home because I was too old and that I was a boy. I was very surprised when I heard about a family at Pepper's Ranch that would be willing to take me in and help me out.
That family was the Blankenships. Shelley and Joe have been foster parents since 2002 and have lived on Pepper's Ranch since 2010.
Scotty came to us about a month before he turned 18. We took him because we didn't want him to be homeless. He didn't think that he was worth much.
When I first arrived at the ranch, I was a month short of being 18, and I dropped out of school in the 8th grade, and I had no driver's license, I had no job history, and I was not ready to be an adult.
I've been a foster parent without living out here, and I've been a foster parent living out here. And it's so much easier out here.
The foster families that call Pepper's Ranch home are all able to access therapeutic services and educational opportunities on site. And that makes a big difference for the Pepper's Ranch families.
Can you imagine getting 9 different children to 9 different services all in one day? It doesn't happen. But at Pepper's Ranch, it can happen for the simple fact that those services are provided on site. We have art therapy, community events, pet therapy, Read to Me programs, equestrian therapy, so many different services that help children heal from trauma.
Having that support on site allows families like the Blankenships to take on even more foster kids. Kids they wouldn't have been able to care for if they didn't live at Pepper's Ranch.
My foster family, they were just very opening and accepting to, the person that I was that time in my life, and just kind of let me discover who I was and what were the things that I liked, and to be able to grow through it. A year after I met my foster family, they ended up adopting me.
Since 2002, Pepper's Ranch families have provided care for more than 500 foster children. And with a second property opening nearby, this innovative program will continue to empower families and help even more children in need.
These kids are going to be our future leaders. So what better time than now to help them heal from trauma, heal from abuse, heal from neglect. Regardless of what they were born into, we want them to know they can do anything and be anything that they want to be. home is where a family resides, where souls are invested in, where people are safe. Home and the family is what these children not only yearn for, but what they deserve.
Catalyst highlights social entrepreneurs exploring bold solutions to big problems. Subscribe to Freethink to be the first to see new episodes.